I think we have something of an imagination crisis on our hands. The very faculty that we can use to create hope and generate some sense of authenticity and navigate the world with is being swamped with entertainment, film, all kinds of gameplay, all kinds of marketing and sales stuff that's vying for you to buy stuff you don't really need. All of that kind of clings to us, it accumulates around us. It's like our psyche can become a dumping ground for all of this imagery. Let alone all of the preconditioned imagery that can come from our parental upbringing, from well-meaning religious leaders, school leaders, organisational leaders, all vying to project an image, if you like, of what they believe is the right way to live, the right way to be, the right way to work. And it accumulates, it kind of consolidates in us, and it's like there's this little voice in there that's you somehow trying to make sense of it all. If that's allowed to continue for prolonged periods of time, you don't really listen to that small, still, authentic voice that is you in the midst of all that, then that becomes a crisis, and it manifests itself as some kind of mental health issue or physical health issue, or your energy drops, or you just don't have that spark about you that maybe you once had. I think the way you recover that spark is to find something that somehow lights you up and give it your full attention. You blow on the flame of your authenticity by doing that, whether it's going for a surf or a long walk in the hills, or whether it's painting or writing or gardening, or having a good long chat with a friend that you know you should. You've probably heard the time management analogy about how do you get a massive rock, sand, gravel and water all into one jar. Right, and to cut a long story short, you have to put the big rock in first, and then everything else can collect around it and make full use of the space. If you start with the water and the sand, you won't get the big rock in, right? Your authentic self-image, that's your big rock. And this is the interesting thing. When you do that, that inner image of you gets clearer, and you start to make more sense of the sea of images that have been thrown at you, and they begin to organize around you, right? They begin to organize like a series of notes in a symphony. There can be just noise, but until you strike that middle C, then suddenly everyone knows. All those voices know, right, this is the pattern that we need to step to. Actively use your imagination and pay attention to the things that you love, to the people that you love, and watch what happens to that light within them and within you, and the things that start to look drab and dreary, see what happens to them too.